my name's Christina and you're watching Proud Bookline, and today I'm doing 18 books I want to read in 2018. So yeah, these are not all new releases because I'm not sure if I'll be reading 18 new releases and I'm not sure I would get to them either. And like, if you watch my bookish resolutions/goals, you know that I want to use my library more and they often do not have new releases. So I just thought I would tell you 18 books that I really want to read in 2018, and then let's hope that I read them, because if I know myself I will probably read about like 5 of these, but whatever. And this list does contain a couple of new releases as well, because I mean, a couple of new releases I know that I will read and I like desperate to read them right now, so why not mention them? At least that's what I thought. But let's get into them. So first up I have Wild Beauty by Anna Marie McLemore, if that's how you pronounce it. I've just seen all of my Twitter friends ranting about this book, raving about this book, loving this book, and it feels like I'm obliged to read it because I believe that almost all of the characters are bisexual. And I mean, you don't have to say anything more to get me to read a book. You say bisexual representation and I will get that book. So yeah, I'm really excited for that, and I believe it's kind of like a fantasy, if I'm not completely wrong. So yeah, I'm really excited to read it, and I know that at least Fadwa and Cam will be proud of me. Up next I have How to Make a Wish by Ashley Blake, and she has a new release coming up that I also want to read, but first off I want to read How to Make a Wish. It has bisexual representation! I know, surprise! And I know that the main character is a girl, which I love bisexual girls, and I love to read about bisexual girls. So yeah, you're probably seeing a theme, aren't you? But I know that this deals with having a dysfunctional relationship with your mother. I believe her mother is an alcoholic, and I just really want to read more diverse books, and I really want to read more about addiction, and I do believe that alcoholism is a problem and it's an addiction that we don't speak enough about. So I'm really excited to read How to Make a Wish. Up next I have Queens of Geek by Jen Wild. Yes, this is also about bisexual girls. I know, I have a happy year in front of me. I know, I don't have a problem, okay? I just really like bisexual representation, and this is about fandom, I believe, and I just really can't wait to see what happens in this book. And I've heard super duper great things about it. I know that so many of my amazing friends have recommended Queens of Geek to me, and they have loved the bisexual representation, and a lot of them are bisexual themselves. So I really trust their opinions on this book, and I just can't wait to read it. Like, fandom and bisexual representation, you have me hooked. And with Queens of Geek, I also believe that one of the main characters are Asian, and that one of them has autism, or at least is on the autism spectrum, but I might be wrong. Next up I have A List of Cages by Robin Rowe. I've just heard great things about this book. It deals with child abuse, and it deals with like foster parents, I believe. And even if I've myself never been in that situation, I have had friends that have dealt with similar issues, and the author Robin Rowe is super duper cute and amazing, and I just really can't wait to read it. Next up I have Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay. I read her book An Untamed State in 2017 and I really love that. I love her writing. Then I read Bad Woman in the beginning of this year, and I didn't really like that book, so I'm a bit afraid about picking up Bad Feminist. But I've heard really great things, for example from Gabby, and I really trust her opinions, so I just really can't wait to read it because I love female empowerment and give me all the feminist books. And I also love seeing like real feminism, which means intersectional feminism, because I'm so tired of seeing only white feminism, especially on Twitter. Yes, this has been a little call out for Twitter. But yeah, I really just can't wait to read Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay. Up next I have Unfiltered, which is Lily Collins' memoir, or like autobiography, or like biography, and it's by Lily Collins, and I really just can't wait to read it. I really look up to Lily Collins, and I do, at least for now, consider myself in a stable enough and healthy enough mindset to read this book. We will see how the year progresses, but for now I feel that I would be able to read it and continue with my recovery and feel fine, and I really just look up to Lily in a way I do not look up to a lot of humans. So I really want to read her memoir because it sounds amazing and I've heard really great things about it from Lucy and Emma. Up next I have, I believe, Emma's favorite book out of 2017, which is What I Lost by Alexandra Ballard, and the same thing goes with this because it's about a girl with anorexia nervosa, and I do not have anorexia nervosa, but I do struggle with disordered eating, and I have struggled way more in the past, and for now I do consider myself in a stable enough mindset to read it. It might not be so when I actually get to reading it. We will see how the year goes. I can't predict anything, but right now I'm able to read it and I really look forward to reading it because I do believe, or if I understood everything correctly, it does focus on recovery, and I mean, give me all the recovery books, basically. Then I have Gone, Gone, Gone by Hannah Moskowitz, and this is actually about 9/11, and how old was I when that happened? 2? Yeah, I was 2. So I don't remember the actual event of 9/11, but I have weird memories because when I was 5, I watched a documentary about 9/11, and I think that kind of scarred me. So I have memories from that documentary, which is a really good documentary. I'm sorry I don't know the name, but it shows everything and it goes into depth with everything, and I don't think it was a wise decision to watch that when I was 5. But that's another problem. I do have strong memories connected to that documentary, so it kind of feels like I experienced it, even if I didn't. I know that sounds weird, but just deal with me. So that's why I'm really interested in reading Gone, Gone, Gone. It also features a Jewish boy and a black boy, and I believe they end up in a relationship, so male-male relationship. Holla! And yeah, I love Hannah Moskowitz and I love her writing because I really fly through it and it feels really realistic. And I believe that Gone, Gone, Gone also features online communication, which yes please. Then we have Simon vs. Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli, which is an amazing human being. And I mean, the movie is coming out. I don't know if it's coming out to Sweden, and I'm really sad because it doesn't look like it's coming to Sweden, and I want to cry. But I still really want to read the book, so at least I can be in that hype because it's getting popular. And hopefully, if a lot of people read the book here in Sweden, we might get it a bit later, but at least we will get it, hopefully. So I'm really excited to read that, and that is about a male and male relationship, and I believe that it's a interracial couple, so I believe that one of the guys are black and one of the guys are white, which I do like seeing. Up next I have Nice Try Jane Sinner by Liane Oelke. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry. I believe is about a girl that's 17 and she is a dropout from high school. She starts community college, and in order to do that she kind of has to be a member of their own Big Brother show, just because that's the only way for her to get into the school. And it does sound really fun, and it's about growing up and being yourself and becoming a grown-up. And I guess that is what I'm kind of doing when I'm applying for university and so on. So it feels like a really good book to read right now, because that's kind of where I am right now in my life, becoming a grown-up and figuring out how to do things and be myself and stuff. Depending on which university I do get into, I might have to move, I might not have to move, so yeah, I just think that would be a great book and I've really heard great things about it. Next up I have Dear Martin by Nick Stone, and this is about a black teenage boy that kind of in a way of therapy writes letters to Martin Luther King, writing about how things are for him in his life right now. And I heard great things about it. I heard it compared to The Hate U Give, and I just really want to read more books like The Hate U Give and more books about black main characters because we do not have enough of those. So I'm really excited to read that one. Up next we have books that have yet to become released. So we have Love, Hate and Other Filters by Samira Ahmed. Don't quote me on that, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce names, I'm really bad at them. But it's about an American Indian Muslim teenager. I believe she is 17, and it's an Own Voices book, which thank you, I love Own Voices books. But it's about finding yourself, and she has this guy that her parents want her to marry because he is deemed suitable, but she really wants to go to film school and New York, if I'm correct. And I just heard friends rave about it. I have heard my Muslim friends really appreciate representation and how it's portrayed, and I just can't wait to read about it because I'm not sure if I've read a book with Muslim representation before apart from Magnus and the Gods of Asgard, and that's not an Own Voices book because Rick Riordan is not Muslim, so I really look forward to reading Love, Hate and Other Filters. Next up, I have Zenith by Lindsay Cummins and Sasha Alsberg here from BookTube. And well, I've watched Sasha for super duper long. I have not watched Lindsay for as long, but I have watched her for quite a while too. And I really want to read their book and support their book and support all of the hard work they've put into their book. And I've heard mixed things about Zenith. I've had people that have loved it and people that have really not loved it, but I'm interested in reading it myself. Then we have Obsidio, which is the last book to the Illuminati Files series by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I do not support Jay Kristoff, but I am way too involved in this series not to read the conclusion, and I do like Amy Kaufman, so I've decided that I'm going to read it at least, but I probably will not read Jay Kristoff in the future because he has said and done things that I do not agree with, and I do believe that I have other books and other authors that I would prefer to read instead. But I do really want to finish this series, and yeah, I just really want the conclusion, okay? I'm sorry, I'm desperate and I'm needy and I'm weak, but I really just want to read this conclusion. Then I have The Witch Doesn't Burn in This One by Amanda Lovelace, which is the continuation of The Princess Saves Herself in this one, but it's described more of a feminist, more of a badass and like fiery book, and I like, yes girl, because I love the empowerment, I love the poems, and I just like, I feel like I can rule the world by myself after reading her books, and I feel like I can heal, and I feel like women are some kind of badass magic that will fucking save the world when I read. So I'm really excited if that's not noticeable. Then we have Angie Thomas' new book that's coming out, which is called On the Come Up. It's about a teen rapper in Garden Heights. Garden Heights is where Angie's previous book, The Hate You Give, took place, but now we're following a teen rapper that actually becomes like a teen rapper, and things do not go as they have planned. So I'm really excited to see that. I love Angie Thomas writing. I love The Hate You Give. Then I have What If It's Us by Adam Severa and Becky Albertalli. They are like my favorite humans on Twitter, and Adam is like my favorite human ever, and I want to hug him again because he's super duper amazing, and he's actually not coming out with an own book this year, so like he's only coming out with What If It's Us. And I'm just so excited by it, and I'm kind of hoping that Becky Albertalli will not make it as heartbreaking as Adam would have if he had written it himself, and I know that they are like best friends, so I can't wait to read a book written by them, and I'm just super duper excited by it because it just seems like the perfect book for me and for a lot of my friends, and I'm just really excited to read it. And lastly, I have a book coming out the 4th of December, which will ruin me, it will destroy me, and it will probably end my little poor heart. If you don't know what the book I'm talking about, it is Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare, the last book in the Dark Artifices. I don't know what to say about it, I just know that it will destroy me, and if Cassie kills one of my favorite characters, which you probably will, because I mean we're talking about Cassie Clare here, I'm not going to be like functioning, and I know that I will cry a lot, but at least I cry with the entire of Twitter, the entirety of the Dreg Society, and all of the YA world that reads Cassie Clare. So that's comforting, right? If we look at things positive, she usually releases her books in the beginning of the year or like in March and May, but now she's waiting to December, so at least we can have a nice lovely 2018 until she destroys us. So very thoughtful of her, so very thoughtful. But yeah, I'm really excited to read Queen of Air and Darkness, even if it will destroy me. But yeah, those were my 18 books that I really want to read in 2018. Are there some of the books that you want to read in 2018? Do you have other books that you desperately want to read in 2018? Please let me know down below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and have a great day /night /whatever pot is for you. Bye!